Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So today I am finally getting around to planting this gorgeous iceberg shrub rose. I bought this rose from Home Depot a couple of weeks ago before we had our massive heat wave, and I made the decision not to plant it until things cooled down. And I really do think that that was the right decision. So this plant was totally on sale when it was at Home Depot. I got it for about $16, which is fantastic. I keep feeling like I get a piece of hair on my lips, so hopefully it's not there. So I got it for about $16, which is fantastic. Iceberg roses are like the basic rose. Like they are like the generic rose. At least here where I live, we have iceberg roses, in like business parks and parking lots, and they're all over the place. I don't care. I think they smell so absolutely fantastic. And there's something about the smell that brings back memories of my childhood. And so I want to have this rose in my garden. I really do think, a lot of times we poo-poo plants that are in parking lot plants, and things like that. But I do think we have to take another look at them. There's a reason why they're so generic and they're planted everywhere. And that's probably because they're very disease resistant in your area. They probably bloom like crazy in your area, and they're probably so easy to take care of. So I feel like that's the way iceberg roses are for me, and I feel like that's the way they are for a lot of people, because they are by far the most common, the most popular rose. So I was doing a little bit of research on the iceberg rose. It was bred in 1958 in Germany, and since it was bred and since it was introduced, it's been like one of the most popular roses of all time. There are a couple different varieties. Like I said, there's a shrub version, and then there's also a climbing version. And I'm thinking about putting the climbing version in my backyard, in my shade garden bed, because iceberg roses can handle part shade. They're one of the very few roses that can handle shadier conditions. They obviously won't bloom as well as if you put them in full sun, but they can handle a little bit shadier conditions. They are extremely disease resistant, which is one of the reasons why they are so popular. They are also extremely winter hardy. So I was looking up the zones for iceberg roses, and a couple places I saw said zone 4 and a couple places said zone 5. So zone 4/5 through zone 9 is their hardiness. And they are just a workhorse. They will bloom from spring all the way through frost, and they will be happy campers if you put them in full sun and you keep their soil nice and fertile and rich. So lots of fertilizing needed for these roses, but I already have to fertilize my Eden climbing roses as well, so I'm not worried about it, and I'm so excited to get these guys into my garden. I think that this is my first of many iceberg roses that I'm gonna have. When I drive around specifically Sacramento area, not exactly Davis. Davis has some iceberg roses, but Sacramento is about 15 minutes away from us. When I drive around there are iceberg roses everywhere. Like everyone has them in their garden, and they're so beautiful because they bring such a bright pop. And so that is why I think I want to put them in my front garden bed. Can you guys see where I am? Let me stand up so you can see a little bit better. So I am having trouble with having some brightness up here in this garden bed. I've planted these Supertunia Vista jazzberries right here, but those are an annual. And so I really want to focus on getting some shrubs, getting some perennials that have a little bit more brightness back here, because I have my annual border in the front, and that is obviously intensely bright. So I need to bring some more brightness back here into this garden bed, and I think putting this iceberg rose is definitely going to do that, the light iceberg color. I don't remember if I said they also come in 2 different varieties of pink, a variety of burgundy, and then also a variety of gold, I think is what they said. And they're still all iceberg rose versions. So Iceberg roses are a floribunda rose. That's a type of rose. And they're known for their scent. So known for the scent, known for the winter hardiness, and known for the disease resistant. So all in all, I just think it's a fabulous option. I think it's a really good beginner rose. And I'm excited to get it in my garden. So where I think I'm going to put it, let's see if I can back this up and show you guys. So like I said, I'm over here in this garden bed. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. I do have these Mystic Spires Blue Salvia. They are kind of taking over as they do because we're kind of at the end of the season. And then I have my Helen von Stein Lambsir right here. And then I think this is a really good place for a Supertunia annual. But I think what I want to do is I think I want to cut back some of these. And I want in this spot right here, I want to put the Iceberg Rose. So it'll kind of be cradled. Let me back this up. So this annual isn't going to stay here, obviously, but I think it'll be really pretty right here, cradled between the Mystic Spires Blue Salvia and the two Helen von Steins that I have right here. So it'll be kind of like a silvery, a purple, and then a white right here. And then I can come in, the subsequent years and underplant, do a living mulch, what they call it. I've never heard that term before, but I just read about it the other day. A living mulch of annuals right in front right here. And I think that would be really pretty. So I don't want to take out these Supertunia Vista Jazzberries, but I think if I just kind of move them over a little bit, like move the blooms over and then cut back this Mystic Spires Blue, I can just pop it right there, and I think that will be the perfect spot for it. Okay, so it's all in. All I have to do is hook it up to drip. Very easy. So all I did, I took a piece of tubing, put a T, can you see that? Put a T on one end, and then I put 1 gallon per water on the other end. Iceberg roses need about average amount of water, so average, I usually always go for a 1 gallon per hour. 1 gallon per hour emitter. And luckily there's a tube, 1/4 inch tube running right by it right there, so all I have to do is hook it into that. All right, done. Okay, so here's a better look at it. So So you can see the annuals will probably go away, but I am planning to plant more annuals there next year. I have my Helen von Stein, and then right behind here I have my Mystic Spires Blue. That did suffer a little bit from all the heat, and I did cut some of it back so you can see kind of the yellowing leaves underneath there, but it'll flush back. It'll be perfect. You can see the new growth kind of down here. Look at how beautiful that looks. So really I could cut this whole thing back, but I want to leave something. The bees love it. So I think that is the perfect spot for this iceberg rose. I am really excited about it. That was a really easy planting with that auger. I'm telling you guys, that auger is absolutely a game changer. So I hope this video will encourage all of you to give these basic parking lot plants a second look. For me, that is iceberg roses, and it's also daylilies. I often shoo away daylilies because we just see them everywhere here, but they're good here. Agapanthus is another one that I kind of feel that way. I know everybody feels that way about, but it thrives here. It thrives, and it doesn't need a lot of work, and it's disease resistant. So same thing as these iceberg roses. So hopefully this will encourage you all to take a second look at your generic parking lot plants, as we call them. I'm really happy I got this iceberg rose in, and I have a feeling I will be getting a lot more. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get into your garden today.